Well, US equity markets were relatively weak on Friday's trading, and we saw another weekly decrease, particularly coming out of the US markets. And it certainly seems like investors are feeling a little bit more cautious now than what they were just a couple of months ago. We've seen commodity prices fall, and we've also seen President Obama over the weekend give a pretty good indication that he's a bit concerned about the US financial position. We've seen the Kiwi dollar drop back slightly, but we're still trading just over 79 cents against the US, and this is where we start the Monday morning trading. Global commodity markets have been slightly weaker over the past couple of weeks, and it has been interesting to note that oil prices haven't rebounded quite as much as most people were predicting they would. A few weeks ago, we did see oil prices fall by about 10% in one day alone, which is a huge amount and something that we're probably not going to see too often in the future. But we've also seen oil prices on one indice drop below $100 per barrel, which is a relatively low level to what we have been seeing over the past couple of months. Agricultural commodities have also been trading relatively well, but we are starting to see a little bit of weakness. The US beef market in particular has seen a little bit more weakness, but exports out of the US market have been trucking along relatively well. Some of the Asian countries have been seeing some fairly solid demand, particularly out of South Korea, in response to foot and mouth, and out of Japan because of radiation activity. Well, the US beef market is being influenced by several factors at the moment. The first factor is that exports are going relatively well, and this is mainly because of demand out of the Asian economies. However, domestic demand is not looking quite so sharp, and this will have an impact on price. Reading a couple of reports this morning, it certainly seems like some of the big retailers such as Walmart are having a bit more trouble getting consumer demand up in some of the major regions. This is having an influence on their price points and for the margins they really do need to sell beef at. I do believe that this will have an impact on New Zealand beef schedule prices, and I'm starting to get more and more cautious about the outlook, particularly for new season stock looking into the 2012 season.